Hello, friends. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Monday is a beautiful day. We get to start a new week and, a fresh start. Let the weekend go now, start a new week, and be able to refresh our mind, refresh our goals, what we want to accomplish for the week. So that's how I see my Monday. How are you feeling today?
I'm doing great. Doing great.
That's
I've
right.
had
That's right.
yeah. I've just had meditations on YouTube playing all morning while I work, and
Okay.
that's always a blessing. That's always it just creates a peaceful atmosphere.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Speaking of meditation, over the weekend, I was connected to some people, and I was feeling like they sometimes you can pick up when people give you like their energy if they are depending on what vibrate they are in, and you can actually feel stressed and kind of like brought down from your higher level. So what I did to help me with that, because I did not want that stress to be on me, and I knew where it was coming from. So I plug in this meditation when you mentioned meditation, and a lot of people get confused. So what do you meditate about? So
Mhm.
it's really, what do you need? What area do you need help with? Because for me that day, what I really needed was um, to be able to release negative energy, and that's why I love YouTube, and I love to listen to like a female guided meditation. um and sometimes I listen to a male version, but my ear is better, kind of accepted, more receptive to a female meditative guide. So listening to that, it helped, it helped me so much. And I even shared with some people that I really felt like they have shared with me that they experience certain thing like that. So, and I say that to say that we will experience these kind of situations, and it helps to be able to know that these kind of resources actually come to help, and in that way we won't go attack to other people, especially family members and our loved ones that are near to us. And they pick up our signals too. They pick up we've been talking about this. People can actually read your what's going on. So because of that, we want we have visitors today. That's the benefit of sitting outside.
Mhm.
uh, so that's how I felt, and I was able to relieve myself from that energy. You ever experienced something like that?
Oh, all the time.
Okay.
I'm constantly trying to learn how to shield myself from it instead of
Okay.
taking it in,
Yes.
because yes, I have noticed that I can be on a high vibration. I can be, all excited, happy, feeling great, and get around somebody that's on a low vibration, and I allow them without realizing it to bring me down.
Yes.
And so that's something that I'm learning. Any kind of help with that you can offer would be great.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And and we both learning. So as we learning, we picking out what helps, what doesn't help and stuff. So and we will share as much as possible. And I love when people participate in a group and asking questions. So what do what method are you using to meditate and stuff like that? And I love to share with people. And that's why me and you decide to do that. Now, if we can continue with our studying of this book, we have completed where it says mental movie method. And we're on the next one right now. You have anything
Okay.
highlighted on? You have
I
highlighted any?
do.
Okay.
The bald the Baldine technique. Is
Yes.
that okay? Charles Baldwin, I don't know, was a professor at the some institute in France. He was a
Russ.
brilliant psychotherapist and a research director of the New Nancy School of Healing. who in 1910 taught that the best way to impress the subconscious mind was to enter into a drowsy, sleepy state, or a state akin to sleep, in which all effort was reduced to a minimum. Then, in a quiet, passive, receptive way, by reflection, he would convey the idea to the subconscious, and the following is his formula. A very simple way of securing this impregnation of the subconscious mind is to condense the idea, which is to be the object of suggestion, to sum it up in a brief phrase which can be readily graven on the memory, and to repeat it over and over again as a lullaby.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, instead of having this big, long out, drawn thing that you're saying over and over, condense it as much as possible. In this next area explains that. Some years ago, a young lady in Los Angeles was engaged in a prolonged, bitter family lawsuit over a will. Her husband had bequeathed his entire estate to her, and his sons and daughters by a previous marriage were bitterly fighting to break the will. So this technique of shorting it, she relaxed her body in an armchair, entered into the sleepy state, and, as suggested, condensed the idea of her need into a phrase consisting of only 6 words, easily to engrave on her memory. And what she said was, "It is finished in divine order." And the significance to her of these words meant that infinite intelligence operating through the laws of her subconscious mind would bring about a harmonious adjustment through the principle of harmony. She continued this procedure every night for about 10 nights. After she got in a sleepy state, she would affirm slowly, quietly, and feeling the statement, "It is finished in divine order," over and over again, feeling a sense of inner peace and an all-pervading tranquility. Then she went off into her deep, normal sleep. On the morning of the 11th day following the use of the above technique, she awakened with a sense of well-being and a conviction that it was finished. Her attorney called her the same day, saying that the opposing attorney and his clients were willing to settle. A harmonious agreement was reached and litigation was discontinued. Yay!
Yes. And you know what this remind me of? When he said to condense it, and the whole drama.
Mm-hmm.
So the one thing that was coming in my head is like, when you're planning your wedding and you have all these plans that you go through and you have the guests and everything, but what happens? You only do, I do. Those are the words.
Yeah.
I do, and it's finished.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but you have all that details. So, just as that is condensing it, is that pretty much. And there is somewhere, I think he mentioned about a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like the snap picture. So even when you look at a wedding picture, for example, you look at it and it's like, even if you've never been to the event, you can actually see the whole event that had happened. So when we were talking about yesterday, the movie technique, for example, that is more detailed. But what he's saying right now is just make sure, even though we are thinking about the details, but when we are doing our prayer or our recalling it, we just want it to be that short, condensed. If it is marriage, for example, we are saying I do. That's it. And we are falling asleep with that. We are waking up with that. But we have to understand the whole process, because if somebody just give us I do, really it won't work. We need to understand what it means to us. And I like the where he's also talking about the sleeping techniques. And that one, let me see. So he says, which is the same, close to what you read. By entering into a sleepy, drowsy state, effort is reduced to a minimum. The conscious mind is submerged to a greater extent when a sleepy state. The reason for this is that the highest degree of the subconscious occurs prior to a sleep, And just after we wake up, and you've been explained to us that in this state, the negative thoughts, which tends to neutralize your desire and so prevent acceptance by your subconscious mind, are no longer present. I really like this because, and this is the reason why we have been saying that actually when we sleep with these affirmations and programmings, it works really well, and we can actually experience these wishes and desires that we have, and we can automatically do it because the conscious mind is not interfering with what we're saying to our subconscious mind.
Suppose you want to get rid of a destructive habit. Assume a comfortable posture, relax your body, and be still. Get into a sleepy state, and in that sleepy state, say quietly over and over as a lullaby, I am completely free from this habit. Harmony and peace of mind reign supreme. Repeat the above slowly, quietly, and lovingly for 5 or 10 minutes, night and morning. Each time you repeat the words, the emotional value becomes greater. When the urge comes to repeat the negative habit, repeat that formula. So like if you're trying to quit smoking, they're saying, so you say this over and over, I am completely free from smoking. Harmony and peace of mind reign supreme. And then whenever you go, when the urge comes to smoke a cigarette, then you repeat that above formula out loud by yourself. And by this means you induce the subconscious to accept that idea, and eventually healing follows.
Yeah. And the thank you technique. In the Bible, Paul recommends that we make known our request with praise and thanksgiving. Some extraordinary results follow the simple method of prayer. The thankful heart is always close to the creative force of the universe, causing countless blessings to flow toward it by the law of reciprocal relationship, based on a cosmic law of action and reaction. I like this because when you actually saying thank you for the wishes and desires, you feel like you already receive it. So that scarcity mind actually get reduced as well. That's what I feel when I use it feels better. And instead of saying, God, please help me, accomplish this goal, saying thank you is already done. It just feels like I already have it. So, and he says, for instance, a father promised his son a car for graduation. The boy has not yet received the car, but he is very thankful and happy. And it is a joy, and it is as joyous as though he had actually received the car. He knows his father will fulfill his promise, and he is full of gratitude and joy, even though he has not received the car. Objectively speaking, he has, however, received it with joy and thankful in his mind.
And that happened to me. That happened to me. And I mean, I found the car I wanted, and I have to emphasize that you've got to make decisions, clear cut decisions of exactly what you want. And when it came time to get my vehicle, when I found what I wanted, it took me over a year because I want what I want. I don't like to just buy. And so when I decided and I found what I wanted, and I said to myself, that is exactly what I'm going to buy when I feel like I can afford it. That is what I'm buying. I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt there was nothing going to stop me. That was what I was buying. And I would say within 2 weeks, I was driving that home. It blew me away. The way it came about was absolutely magic. It was just crazy, and it was a wonderful blessing. It was not a curse. It was not a hardship. It actually made things better for me the way it came out. So yeah, it's crazy. It works. It's crazy, but you got to make up your mind what you want. Exactly what you want.
But see, I was reading this book, and me and you bought it recently, the Visualization to Realization.
Mm-hmm.
So I started reading it. You know what he says? You gotta have purpose in life. Purpose, it could be, it's not, it's something that you feel you wanted to do. No one is going to tell you what purpose is for you. So purpose in life, and you have to have a vision for that purpose, and then you got to have a goal to be able to realize that vision. So without a purpose or without a goal, we cannot have a vision. So we gotta be specific about our goals. Without that, it's going to be cluttered. There is no way we can have visions. Like you say, having that clear vision, it help us to have a vision. To have a clear goal, it will help us to have a vision. And everybody knows that is following us right now. Without vision, we cannot really achieve anything. So we need to be very, very specific. If it is a car, what kind of car?
I just thought of something. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Nope, go for it.
I just thought of something. Most people are indecisive. That's most people's problems, is making decisions on anything, even little things. I mean, just think about it. All of us couples, it's like, where do you want to go eat? I don't know. Where do you want to go eat? That's just an example, but it's that way about everything, even what we want to eat in the refrigerator, instead of just going somewhere. And so I think that may play into why a lot of people don't have goals, is because they don't even know what they want yet.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they need to start with making decisions throughout the day. Maybe that's a good place. Just start recognizing where you're not making a decision, because when you're not making a decision, there's always that turmoil inside. Mm-hmm. If you just pay attention, most of the time, because I've started paying attention to it, most of the time when I'm feeling kind of turmoil inside and uneasiness, it's because I haven't made a decision about something. I've got something in the back of my mind that's going back and forth. So, yeah, I think really and truthfully that we need to be better decision makers, and then maybe we can be better goal makers.
You're right, because no, you're right, because I listened to Reverend Ike. There, he has a audio version that I listened to. Let me just pull it up. Where made up mind. The power of a made up mind.
Yes.
So the power of made up mind, I love to listen to that over and over, because like you say, we have to make a decision. We have to learn how to make a decision. And, he said most of the time when he did give a lecture, and people will attend to his lecture, and they will say to him, when I get some money, I will do what you suggest. And what he say is, it doesn't cost a penny to make up your mind. So make up your mind, forget about how you're going to get it. Once we make up our mind, the way will be shown to us.
Yes.
But, just like you say, when it comes to even as simple as, deciding what are we going to eat, just make up a mind. It doesn't matter. Just once we decide, it could be a pizza. Mm-hmm. We don't have to know exactly. Just to make up, how many options do we have for dinner? If it is dinner, just we're talking about practicing how to make a decision. If it is dinner, and just to have a list and then go from that. Don't confuse your mind, because that's what we're talking about, being confused. And it is, so learn how to make a decision, a better decision, just by making up your mind, and by making up our mind. It doesn't cost. It doesn't cost a penny, as Reverend Ike said, to make up your mind.
You need to send me that.
Okay,
I'll look. If you forget, then I'll look it up. But
yeah, it is really good.
Mind Made Up. What is that?
The Power of a Made Up Mind.
Yay, by Reverend Ike.
Reverend Ike. The Power of a Made Up Mind. He say the power of a made up mind is the power of God in us.
Yes.
They know nothing can shake a made up mind. It is
true. That's good. That's so good. Yeah.
Nothing can shake a made up mind. It's true. And a lot of times, there are times where we have made up our mind. But now we're talking about, even for little ideas, desires, let's make up our mind. Let's not wait when things are really dangerous and we have no choice but to do it. So, but that's beautiful. Let me see how much minutes we got left. Okay, we are done for today. So
that's good. We can leave with everybody thinking about making more decisions.
Yes.
making up their mind. Yay. And
Yeah, that's a skill also that can be developed.
Mhm.
That's a skill that can be developed. So one of the audio I just recommended, Reverend Ike, The Power of a Made Up Mind, so people can get that and then be able to to listen to it, the audio version. And thank you very much for your beautiful wisdom today. I trust everyone will find value on our teaching today. And I am done sharing my wisdom for today. You have anything you want to say to them?
No, just have a great day. Make a decision and have a great rest of the day.
All right. Have a lovely day. Bye.
Bye.